Morning, everybody. Welcome to the Sierra Center for Spiritual Living. Ah, and I'd like to welcome everybody on YouTube, Facebook, Zoom, and especially all of you here in the room. Let's see. I'm going to read the acknowledgement of the land first, and then we'll have some songs. So, we acknowledge that we are on the territory of the Nisenan people, as well as potentially other unrecognized tribes. We acknowledge these lands were taken by force and as colonizers. We benefit materially and physically from the genocide that occurred. We honor the people and the elders that are still here today, and the people who died in genocides past and present. So deep breath. And now we get to open up with two community songs. Would you like people to stand?
It's your choice.
You could stand or sit, whatever.
Whatever
you know what?
you'd
Stand
like.
up. We want some energy.
We got
Energy.
some energy. going
Energy,
there.
energy. Good. There you go.
We got some words for these folks. Here we go. Uh-huh. This next song, I usually do as like a call and response. I do a line and then you do the do each line twice. Thank you.
Madalyn. That was great. Thanks. So welcome to those of you who've lately joined us on YouTube, Facebook, Zoom, and in the room. You guys grew when I wasn't looking. It's really good. So good morning and welcome to the Sierra Center for Spiritual Living. My name is Reverend Madalyn Wade, and I'm honored to be your minister for today. She's the bridge minister. I'm just hanging around. So she's back. Okay, no, I'm teasing. So it's my pleasure to remind you guys who we are. We are a radically inclusive, spiritually progressive, supportive community that celebrates the diversity of creation. Wow. We aspire to live authentic spiritual lives through a practical application of the teachings of the science of mind. We engage in sacred practices that uplift our spirit, deepen our awareness, ignite our soul's self-expression. And we have fun, too. We demonstrate active compassion for ourselves and each other and the world. Oh, deep breath. We experience meaningful contribution through giving generously of our time, talents, and treasures. And we intentionally promote our community and its teachings. Oh, breathe that in for a minute. Oh, that's so cool. That's so cool. And so what we'd like to do is do an inclusive candle lighting ritual. And do you need this one? Okay. There you go. And so we light this candle to celebrate the unity of all peoples, all faiths, all beings. and all life. Honoring the infinity of oneness as all creation, seen and unseen, to remind us of the light of spirit within all of us. Thank you, Julia. So what's alive in you today? You can go ahead and shout it out, and I'll say it so people can. What? Me. Carlton's alive. Anybody else? Sun. Oh, yeah. The rain is gone. Dry streets. Oh, they're not dry at my house. Yeah. Joy. Concern. Those were mine. Anybody else have one they want to share? Love. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you all. Gratitude. Gratitude. Yes. Yes, gratitude. And I want to remind you all, not that you don't already know this, that we are a praying community. And we have practitioners. We're all available. And also, there are little purple slips that I actually have one of. In the back, seat backs, and over there on that little table by the door to the left. If you have a prayer request, fill this out and put it in that little wooden box. And the ministers and practitioners pray on these every single week. If you have a concern, a gratitude, anything that you want prayer around, please, please, please do it. Yes, yes, please. Okay. So, if there's is there anyone here for the first time? No, they're returnees. You count, but not in the same way. I guess we're all veterans. That's good. I'm glad. I like it. So I'd like to invite Javon to come up to do the announcements for us. And we need the mic. There we go. You got.
Is it not there? Hello, I'm Javon. We have a couple of announcements, not too many today, but important ones. We want to thank Liliana Cruz for the wonderful, Science of Mind slideshow. And we had quite a bunch of Spanish-speaking people show up, and one ran the projector, and Liliana gave a great presentation on the science of mind, and we had it was a big group too, like 20, 25 people, good group of people. It's exciting. Yeah, oh, there they are. Yeah. December 16th, and you're going to be teaching Spanish, right? Yeah, that's exciting. And then we also have Thanksgiving evening service on the 22nd of December at 6 o'clock, and 6 p.m. And there'll be a peace choir and some singing and a light snack kind of potluck thing. So if you're plan on bringing a light snack and something for the altar. Everybody gets to put something on the altar for us to bring our intentions for the upcoming year. So take some time, write down your intentions and bring them with you. And just like the prayers that you put in the prayer box, they will be multiplied, pressed down, and overflowing. The last thing is the Science of Mind magazine, which is a wonderful way to start the day or go to bed. It's I think, $10 for 2 months, and every day you get a new teaching and some great articles. So I highly, highly recommend that you pick up the Science of Mind magazine, which is in the foyer.
Thank you, Javon. Yeah, appreciate it. And if anyone ever wants to do the announcements, just let whoever's emceeing know. Because I keep picking on Javon because he's so good at it. But anybody else could do it too if you want. It's fun to stand up here and be scared. Don't you know that? Yes, for sure. So now it's time for another community song. So Marilyn's going to come up and take care of us. Thank you.
Okay, so this next one is in preparation for our inward shift. And the words, which are now lyrics, are actually penned by our founder, Ernest Holmes, who wrote these words in his book, This Thing Called You. It goes like this. Love makes a way clear before me. Joy wells up within my mind, and life sings its song of ecstasy in my heart. That's it. Love makes the way clear before me. Joy wells up within my mind, and life sings its song of ecstasy in my heart. Keep going. Love makes the way clear before me. Joy wells up within my mind, and life sings its song of ecstasy in my heart. Love makes the way clear before me. Joy wells up within my mind, and life sings its song of ecstasy in my heart. Love makes the way clear before me. Joy wells up within my mind, and life sings its song of ecstasy in my heart. One more time. Love makes the way clear before me. Joy wells up within my mind, and life sings its song of ecstasy in my heart. 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 Now really slow. In my heart. In my heart. Thank you, Madalyn. That was beautiful.
Today's sacred reading is one of my favorite, so I'd like to share that with you now. And it's by Ernest Holmes, and it's called I Am Complete in Thee. Almighty God, everlasting good, eternal Spirit, maker of all things and keeper of my life, thou art all. Infinite presence within, in whom all live, joy supreme, flooding all with gladness, I adore thee. Eternal peace, undisturbed and quiet, I feel thy calm. O thou who dost inhabit eternity and dost dwell within all creation, who dost live through all things and in all people, hear thou my prayer. I would enter thy gates with joy and live at peace in thy heart. I would find a resting place in thee, and in thy presence live. Make me to do thy will, and from thy wisdom teach me the ways of truth. Compel me to follow thee, and let me not pursue the paths of my own counsel. O eternal and blessed presence, illumine my mind and command my will, that my soul may be refreshed and that my life may be renewed. As deep cries unto deep, so my thought cries unto thee, and thou dost answer. I am renewed and refreshed. My whole being responds to thy love, and I am complete in thee. All my ways are guarded and guided, and I shall live with thee eternally. O lover of my soul and keeper of my spirit, none can separate us, for we are one. So shall thy wisdom guide me, thy presence dwell within me, thy love keep me, and thy life envelop me, now and forevermore. I rest in thee. And today's community value is love. And I feel moved by this because it just is this beautiful expression of love to me. And love is my favorite thing in the world. It's so, it's almost magical. It just is, it's expansive, right? The more I give love, the more I receive. And it just goes on and on and on forever. And there's so many kinds of love, but that love that I feel within myself, that connection to my Creator, that is the most beautiful love of all. And we get to share that love here in community. It is so beautiful and a blessed thing to be in community, where we can come together and support one another and love one another. And so I'm grateful for the opportunity to share my love with you all, and vice versa. And to be a part of Centers for Spiritual Living in this philosophy, the science of mind and spirit, how powerful it is. And so I just say thank you, as I remember that we are the love that God is. Now I'll ring the bowl 3 times and we'll chant ohms. And so the way I like to do it is ring the bowl and then chant ohm, ring the bowl and chant ohm, etc. infinite power, presence, that which I call love. I know that that spirit that is everywhere present is in, through, and as each one of us here today. That it is the creator of all life, the seen and the unseen, and that we are in it. There is only one of us, and we are all connected by that divine love, that presence. And so I know that there's only one thing happening. It is this perfect unfoldment of the divine in, through, and as all of life. And so I know that amongst all the chaos and destruction and the wars and the things that are challenges at this time on our planet, that there is that underlying and overarching power and presence always available. That we always have that power, that presence, that love to tap into because it is in us. It is who we are. And so today I claim and accept for each one of us here today that we feel the presence of love, knowing that we are love in form. And I am grateful for this community. I'm grateful for this philosophy. I'm grateful for Centers for Spiritual Living, for that vision of creating a world that works for all. Knowing we are here to awaken humanity to its spiritual magnificence. That we have a purpose here on earth to be the presence of love. And so I give thanks for being able to come to this beautiful center, for the Sierra Center for Spiritual Living, where we get to come together in community. And so I give thanks for each person here today who has stepped forward to make this service what it is, knowing that we all are co-creating this beautiful experience. I just release this word as our truth, and I simply say, thank you, God. And together we say, and so it is. And now it's time for our affirmative prayer, affirmation for the week. Yes. Kind of hard to come out of prayer sometimes. So I'll say it once and then we can say it together. I am a holy being just the way I am. I am a holy being just the way I am. And so it is. And now I think it is time for another wonderful song by Madalyn.
So this next song I'm going to share with you is actually called Thanksgiving because it was born on a Thanksgiving many years ago. Special people know what to say, though they may not be there. You know that they care.
Marilyn. Oh, thank you. That's great. Yes, we are blessed. So, I had to laugh. This month our theme is the mundane, the sacred, the profane, oh my. And why did I get profane? Oh, you guys think it's funny. I'm glad. Because I was going, I have no idea. What am I supposed to say? So the first Sunday of the month, we got the mundane, which is the everyday stuff, our jobs, well, who knows, our homes, our families, daily chores, brushing your teeth, cleaning the cat box, cleaning up after creature, taking care of our animals. But you know what? It's situational. The mundane is situational. If you have been sick, sometimes just going outside and breathing fresh air, which some people would say was mundane, is huge. It's not mundane. Everyday things, depending on your situation, are magnified and become sacred. So it's like this whole differentiation is so complex. So the sacred is that oneness, that knowing that we're all connected, intuitive, being spiritual, all these kinds of things. And it's being alive to that sacredness. And we assign what's sacred. We get to decide for ourselves. Or other people will tell us, and then we still get to decide for ourselves. Yes. And then profanity. I'm going, okay, what the heck is that? Yeah. So I'm going to try not to use too much profanity. Because the only thing that came to me with the profane was profanity. All the bad words my mother told me not to say. And I've already said one this morning, and it's a shorthand for excrement. So it's like, oh dear. Yeah. And then, it's all over the place though. Have you ever noticed, like in articles and books and stuff, they'll have like one letter, usually an F, with a line. We all know what that means. And then on television the other night, I was watching Colbert, and they bleeped him out. And they put shading or fuzziness around his mouth, so you couldn't tell what he said. But we know what he said. Yeah. And then I was going, oh my God, there's so much here. This signal that we all think is a good thing that we have emojis for, in Europe and America, it's okay. In other countries like Asia and Islamic countries, profane, really bad. And then if you're in Australia, don't go like this. I don't know what it means, but it's bad. It's bad. And there are other hand signals that I don't use, but there are other hand signals that people think of as profane. So what do we really mean when we say profane? And I'm going, what the heck? I had to do research. So I went back into Google. That's how I research nowadays. And it's a classic Latin form of profanus, which means literally outside. Outside is, before or outside the temple. So its meaning is it's not sacred. It's not in the temple. It's not in the church. It's not in the sanctuary. And that's the literal meaning. And they started using it in the 1450s. And it's like, oh, but do you know that? You don't know that stuff. You don't know what it's not. So the profane means not sacred, not biblical, not religious. It's secular. And that's what profane means. And I'm going, really? So it's earthly, worldly, and that's all considering profane, according to the dictionary, right? And so you can also have you can say a person is profane, that or their behavior is profane, and you're judging them and you're saying it's profane. So it's not orthodox, it's not religious, it's disrespectful or whatever. So that's another way to look at it. And you can also profane something sacred. I mean, it's funny because I used to think of graffiti as profane in a way, depending on what it's on, but sometimes it's beautiful. And so that's another way to look at it. It's an element of judgment because we say what's profane. We choose what we think is, this is great, this is fine, this is not. You know, it's our discernment, our judgment of it. And the thing is right now in our world, not that this is news or a new thing either, is there's righteous judgment. And righteous judgment is controlling, destructive, upset. You know, it's makes me crazy. So the thing that I'm advocating is that we come from a discerning place, a curious place. Everything is so complicated. We may look at something and we don't know what's really going on. We don't know what that person's situation is. We don't know what their experience is, what they're focusing on, what their realities are. We have no right to say something's profane or someone else is profane. And it's, you know, that it's unacceptable. But profane really, to me, when I'm being honest, is I think it's unacceptable. It's harmful to someone else. It's harming someone. I think of it as unspiritual. But nothing is unspiritual, really. So I want to talk a little bit about my understanding of it. The things, I kind of do an incubation when I'm doing a talk. So these are some of the things I've incubated. And I think of some of these brutal facts. And they are facts. They're not judgments. They're things that are actually happening as profanities. But I also look at it as like there's cultural differences and things, and then there's sorrows. But so these are, and I don't want to bring you down, but this is real right now. I couldn't believe it. I Googled how many countries are at war. 32. What do we hear about? So they're called at war. I couldn't believe it. And then we just came through a pandemic. And we lost precious people. And people got polarized over that. And it was isolating and hard. That was profane, what happened, some of the stuff that happened in there. And the way we've treated Mother Earth is profane. The climate change, that's profane. And the polarization of opinions in our country, in the world as well, but mainly I feel it most in my country, that hunger, violence, those are all profane. And ungratefulness, that's profane too. All of us in this room and on Zoom and on Facebook, and there's one more, YouTube, all of us are privileged. If you're listening to me, you're privileged. So, being ungrateful, not okay. So, holy outrage is natural when you hear these things. It's like, totally makes sense. But it's also a signal to go within, to do your work. And one of the beautiful things is that we have the science of mind. And this is a powerful tool. And we can be curious, and we can let go of some of our judgments and things. And we can lean into the teachings. So this is a quote from the Science of Mind textbook. Ernest Holmes told us, "We are in the world and of it, and it is so good that it is so. The world is all right when we view it correctly. Who knows what will transpire if all men would speak the truth? Who knows what would transpire if all women would speak the truth? I had some judgments about some of these things. Yeah, anyway. Yeah, I don't know if it's profane, but it's like, he was of his time, you know. It has never been tried. Okay, so we're speaking the truth. It has never been tried. But let not the mouth of the profane hinder those who would enter, thereby keeping them from entering. Because we are going into the oneness. He also says the unity of good is a revelation of the greatest importance. For it teaches us that we are one with the whole and one with each other. We are truly one with each other. And the dark and the light is always present. It's always there. And it's not an either or thing. It's a both and. And so the lens that we use, the point of view that we use when we listen to the news, it's not an either or, one side or the other. It's complicated. It's a both and. And we get all energized about stuff because we get judgmental. We get profane. We put the profane glasses on. And so what can we do about this? There's, we all know tools. We have tons of tools. Journaling, prayer, creating art, dream catchers. You can make dream catchers. Meditation, chanting, singing. You've heard all these things. Being of service, being a volunteer, tithing, all these things. And then mindfully sharing your thoughts. Some of us in this room were at a meeting on Thursday night. We got a presentation from Braver Angels. And I know a little bit about Braver Angels. I know more now that I was there. And they talked about a process, a agreement that you can come to hold differing opinions. They do it between red and blue. But there's other, there's a lot of things that may not even be that. And they call it LAP. So what I was thinking is this might be a good tool depending on what your Thanksgiving looks like. If you have relatives that don't think the same as you do, or friends that don't think the same as you do, you may want to use some of these things. So LAP stands for, the first thing is listen. What a concept. Just listening without trying to figure out what you're going to say. Listening to what someone is saying. And then feedback or acknowledge is the word for laugh. Acknowledge what you heard. So tell them what they said. Excuse me. So that there is acknowledgement. I heard you. I saw you. I took in what you said. And then pivot, they call it, which is assessing and asking whether it's okay to offer your views. Are they open to hearing what you have to say? And then the last thing is, of course, offering your perspective without judgment. And rather not coming from you're wrong. It's like, this is what I think. I sincerely believe this. And if you have prefaced all this by letting them know what you're doing, knowing and hoping and intending for them to listen to you. And then they can acknowledge what you said so that it's an ongoing process. Oh my God, just listening. Listening with your heart. How powerful is that? How rare is that? That's the thing that scares me. That's too rare. And the other thing, of course, is seeking out community, which is why you'll be doing this, because you're here and wherever. And then gratitude for all that there is. And do you know how powerful the words thank you are? I even thank the grocery clerks when they hand me my receipt. Thanking everybody. for anything. Gratitude. As I said before, I think it's profane if we're not grateful. Mm. And working with your imagination, your dreams, you don't know what's possible. You create something up here, and the next thing you know, it's out there. It's like you co-create with spirit. It's powerful. And then one other, there's more, but I like to think about spiritual allies. They may be an elder or an ancestor or somebody that you really, in my case, look up to. You consider their essence sacred. And they can walk with you through hard stuff. Just, in your imagination, it's like, okay. So my mom came up today, of course, because I was using profanities. Yeah, Mom did not like that. Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember if she ever washed my mouth out with soap. That's one of the things they used to do to kids. I don't think they do that anymore, do they? I'm out of it. But yeah, that kind of stuff, But the important thing is to do what works for you. And if there's an intuitive hit in your mind, pick it up. And, okay, I thought of this. So later on, in a few minutes, you'll find out one of my intuitive hits, and you get to participate in it. So, and that kind of thing. It's like, is this the right thing to do? It came to me, it must be okay. So, a couple things. One, here, I'd like to invite you to close your eyes if you want to. You don't have to. Because I'm going to share some lyrics from a song that I bet you all know. And some people would call it profane, and some people wouldn't. It happens to be Imagine by John Lennon. Imagine there's no heaven. It's easy if you try. No hell below us. Above us, only sky. Imagine all the people living for today. Imagine there's no countries. It isn't hard to do. Nothing to kill or die for, and no religion too. Imagine all the people living life in peace. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us, and the world will be as one. Imagine no possessions. I wonder if you can. No need for greed or hunger. A brotherhood of man. Imagine all the people sharing all the world. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us, and the world will live as one. And the world will live as one. He also said, peace is not something you wish for. It is something you make, something you do, something you are, and something you give away. It is all mundane. It is all sacred. It is all profane. And a deep sense of gratitude for it all is what's called for. You may open your eyes. Some of you may have read this book, Braiding Sweetgrass by Robin Wall Kimmerer. And she talks about how, it's indigenous wisdom, scientific knowledge, and the teachings of plants. So one of the things she talks about is that she personifies the trees. She personifies the stones. She personifies the animals, the plants, everything, because we're all one. It's personifying them. And she has a lot of storytelling in the book from the Native Americans. And she talks about the deer. is sister deer. And that rock is grandfather rock. And so she personifies all those. I was up in Montana last month, and there's a tree there that I call grandmother tree. And a lot of my friends call it grandmother tree too. And I visited grandmother tree. And one of the things that's there is a little creek right by the tree. And there's also a little bridge that we call Troll Bridge. And then there's a lot of little stones in the creek. So I have some stones for you. I painted each and every one of these. I bless them because I want them to be remembrance stones. And I also did 30 of them. So it's 30 rock. So I was hoping only 30 people would show up. So anyway, so what I'd like to do is I'm going to pass the basket. You want to take one? Sure. We'll start with you. Go ahead and pass the basket. Take it. Yeah, thank you. Oops, I should have taken one too. Okay. So I'm going to wait till everyone has a stone. So they're all hand painted with gold hearts, and they're different shapes and sizes. And believe it or not, I basically just went around my house and found all these rocks. And I have more, if someone doesn't get one or something. But so what I do with this is it's a remembrance. It's a reminder that I'm one with earth. I'm one with everything. And it's wholeness. It's yeah. And what I'd like to do, two things, is I sometimes put it where I brush my teeth on the little counter, because I do that twice a day, and I'm brushing my teeth, and I can look at it and be reminded. You can also put it in your pocket so that it's with you all the time to remind you. And wherever it works for you, you might want to put it where you do dishes if you're the dishwasher in your house. It depends, sometimes. Anyway. And then the other thing to do is to move it around. Because I'll put something somewhere and then I don't see it anymore. It blends into the woodwork. So every once in a while, just make sure that you've got your little heart rock. And if you don't want one, talk to me about it. Because I need to pray for you. Pretty irreverent, huh? So, okay, we're almost done? No, we got a few more people, okay. So it's about gratitude, too, to remind yourself to be grateful and to walk in appreciation each and every day. And just know that you are blessed because you are on this earth. And to reach out for others. And you know that everybody else who is here today, sorry for Zoom, Facebook, and YouTube, has a rock. We all share, and it's all, they're iridescent gold. So yeah. Okay. So everyone got one? Almost. Okay. So I'm going to end with a prayer, and we're all holding our rocks. So yeah. Did everyone get one? Everyone's got one? Yep, I gave Julia one. Gary didn't get one. I'll get it. Oh, you're going to go that one? You got one for him? Well, here, I want him to hold it, actually. Not that he hasn't got lots of rocks at home. Notice I didn't bring any really big ones. Okay. So let's go within. I'm going to hold mine and close my eyes. Mother, Father, God, the universe, the infinite creator, all one, spirit within each and every one of us that we co-create with, that magnificence And I know and accept that we are powerful agents for change in this world. The love, the light, the peace that is within each and every one of us is magnificent, is powerful, is growing. And I know and accept that these reminders, these symbols, are powerful as we give them that power. We are in control of that. We are magnificent beings creating a beautiful, sacred community together. And there is peace. So these remembrances, these co-creating instruments, the little catalysts that we each hold in our hands, are working. The manifestation is powerful. It is love, it is light, it is joy, and peace. So knowing all these words are in the law, these thoughts, these knowings, these feeling energies. So with trust, love, grace, deep, deep thanks, and knowing it is done, together we say, and so it is. Thank you all for playing with me. Yeah. Okay, we get another song.
Here's another song that you can sing with me. I call this song Thoughtful Introspection because it's a reflection, like what Rev Madalyn was talking about, a reminder of the lessons. Okay, I'm just going to go for it. You'll just do your best to come along with me. I see what I need to see as I learn to live in serenity. I know what I need to know as I practice being in the flow. I do
Thank you, sweetie. That was great. Thank you, thank you. Oh, yes, thank you, thank you. Yeah. And I think it's time for our conscious giving. And if you'd like to take your gift in your hand or on your heart, that's what I'd like to do. I'm going to put my rock there. I give this gift. Whoops, is it up there? Oh, yeah, let's do it together. Okay. I give this gift with love and joy from a consciousness of abundance. Divine love blesses and prospers all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And so it is. Well, the usher, Yvonne, who does everything for me, please collect the gifts. Anything I want. Oh, Gary, did you hear that? Thank you. The universe is in this basket. The universe is everywhere. That powerful, amazing force that we call Mother, Father, God. The unity, the oneness, the wholeness is the truth. Infinite prosperity, love, and light. These gifts are symbolic, and they do good work in the world. As Sierra Center tithes out, there is that divine circulation. And I know and accept that this community is a vital part of spreading the love, the light, the joy, the curiosity, the learning, and the healing in this world. So with deep gratitude and deep knowing that divine creative process we call the law is in action and it manifests it all here and now, I let this go with deep gratitude and thanks. And together we say, and so it is. Thank you all. Okay. All right. There's always so many wonderful people to thank. I'm going to thank Diana Carolyn over there on the pewters. Thank you, thank you. And Marilyn, we can clap. And Marilyn Gale for the wonderful music. And Siobhan for doing the ushering and the announcements. And Rev Julia for being our practitioner and lighting the candles and everything. Yes. And our bridge minister. Who? 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 I cannot thank you enough. Yeah, I won't go on about it. And reminders, there is a Thanksgiving Eve service on Wednesday. And have your intentions in your heart, if not on paper yet, because you'll have a chance to work with that. It's powerful, and it's creative, and it makes a difference in your life. Details I don't know. Yeah, yeah. And snacks, yes. Well, at Sierra Center, there's always going to be some kind of food. Somebody's, well, yeah. But you know what? Somebody always brings something. Yeah, anyway. You never know what's going to be here, though. Okay. So what are you taking away from today right now that you'd like to, your rock, yes. Okay, thank you. Your stone. That's true. What? Your gift? The gift, okay. Your connection. Great. Anybody else have anything? Purpose. Yeah, cool. That's good. All right, going once. Intention. Yeah. More gratitude. Yeah. Community. Yeah. Joy. Yeah. Profanity. I bet you know what? I bet you're going to start seeing it more. You'll see more bleeps. Well, maybe it'll even come out of your mouth more. I don't know. It's possible. Yeah, there's certain, yeah. Well, and there's certain words that people are profane, and I don't know what they mean. I don't even know what they are. It's like, whoa. And it's, different languages. Well, let's not go there. Okay, let's do the benediction. Please stand for the benediction. And you can repeat after me. Something wonderful is happening as me right now. Something wonderful is happening as me right now. It's this thing called joy. It's this thing called joy. It's this thing called profanity. It's this thing called profanity. It's this thing called peace. It's this thing called peace. I know it. I feel it. I sense it. Because I am it. And so it is. Closing song. There we go. Thank you all.
There we go. The presence of Spirit is here in me. Divine love guides my way. The presence of Spirit is here in me. Divine love guides my way. The presence of Spirit is here in me. Divine love guides my way. The presence of Spirit is here in me. Divine love guides my way. The presence of Spirit is here in me. Divine love guides my way. One more time. The presence of Spirit is here in me. Divine love guides my way.